Hello and welcome to Vandoeuvre for this day 3 of the 2024 Women's World Super 6 of sitting volleyball. We already had 2 great days of action, and as you know, once again we'll have 3 games in this round robin stage, with the first game starting in a few seconds between Canada and Italy. Ellen Drock, hello, everything is fine. We had a great night here in Nancy.
Yeah, that's indeed a pleasure to have the opportunity to watch women's sitting volleyball at its finest here in Vandoeuvre-Nancy.
We'll see maybe also the schedule for today. As you know it, we have 3 games every day until Saturday to have this final ranking of the round robin, and on Sunday the big finals between the team ranked 5 and 6, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 for the gold medal game. It will be Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. This very first game, Italy against Canada, 2 teams that has quite the same result currently. 1 win, 1 loss, 3 points in the ranking. Yesterday, Canada won 3-0 against France, and in the first day, Italy won against France 3-0. So it's a victory, but still against the weakest team of this event.
Yeah, obviously France is here as the host nation, as well as the Paralympic Games in a few weeks now. At the end of August in Paris, the France is here to learn in front of these teams, which are amid the very top teams in the world. Canada is currently the world number 1. Italy is the European champion, ranked 7th, I think.
Well, Canada
Let's see what could happen.
Is world number 1, but they lost in the very first round against China 3-0. And as Nicole Ban told us yesterday, she has absolutely no real expectations of this week, only trusting and working on the process to prepare the Paralympics. Because if you don't know it, all 6 teams will be part of the Paralympic Games starting at the end of August in Paris. And that's the most important, to have such a warm-up before the Paralympics. Yesterday results, the USA won 3-1 to Italy. China won against Brazil, a second victory for China with 6 points. They are leading with the USA. And we just said it, Canada won 3-0 against France. This is the opportunity for both Canada and Italy to have 6 points at the end of this game, but it's a long way. And for today's schedule, we'll have at 6 p.m. Brazil against host country France. And tonight, such a remake of the last Paralympics finals with an S between the USA and China.
The last 4 Paralympic finals, actually.
And the team who will be winning this final game of the day will be first in this ranking, because both teams are sitting currently with 6 points at the top of this leaderboard.
Yeah, previously in the international competitions, Canada took the best each time over Italia. It was a 3-1 in the World Championship in 2022. It was the same result in the pool stage and the Tokyo Paralympic Games in 2021.
Canada will play in red. We see them quite entering the court very soon. Italy will play in white. And just a very short word for Angelina Doleza, the Canadian player. She's sitting in the stands. She's not on the court, not even on the bench. She partied for her birthday, but the party was almost over before starting, because she's unable to play this competition because of her such kind of injury at the leg, and she's unable to take part. So happy birthday, Angelina, and we hope to see you soon again. And as you know, it's an international competition. We'll have both national anthems, starting with the one of Canada.
Thank you.
The DJ just needed a bit of warm-up before this anthem, and now Fratelli d'Italia for the Italian squad.
Thank you.
Now what we have both anthems played, the question is which will be the two starting six of both teams, both of Canada and Italy. Yesterday, Nickelband tried to work on some specific skills with her team against France, especially the quick offensive part of the game. We saw some very quick sets, sometimes too quick sets.
Too quick, but it was, as you said, preparation. So maybe today it will be perfect.
Italy had yesterday I wouldn't say a strange game against the USA, but they lost the two first sets pretty easily with a deep margin, and then they won the third one. So obviously taking one set to the USA is a great performance for Italy. We'll see how they will approach this game against Canada.
Yeah, yesterday Italy tried their best indeed, and it was not easy being led by 2-0 to fight back and to be able to take this set. And they showed us that they were definitely able, maybe not a match long, but for sequences at least, to compete with the top teams in the world. They were ranked, they're not far from this big four, because it seems definitely that Canada, Brazil, China and the USA are a little bit over the rest of the world in the women's sitting volleyball, but Italy is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do today against Canada, and tomorrow they also have a big test against China before finishing this round robin stage against Brazil. Italy came ranked as 7th in the world, so the 5th nation of this World SUPER6. So normally anything better than the 5th position is a good performance for Italy. And they will be also playing at the Paralympics.
For Italy, we begin with
almost the same starting six for Canada than yesterday.
Obviously, Captain Daniel Ellis, Julie Kozun, the two setters, Jennifer Oaks and Sarah Melanka, with obviously Heidi Peters, the MVP of the World Cup last October, and Felicia Vostrafik.
Number 8, Flavia Barigelli.
And quite the same on the Italian side with Flavia Barigelli starting. Which means Sara Tirelli is sitting on the bench to start the game.
Yeah, as Giulia Aringhieri is number 12, is on the court. I already explained why those two players can be on the court at the same time.
And I cannot see Raffaella Battaglia. She was playing yesterday. Not even sure she warmed up today.
Oh yeah, she's not even on the bench. Let's hope there is nothing too bad for Raffaella Battaglia.
I just saw her in the gym just any time before the game started, but she's not sitting on the bench. She's not playing this game for Italy on this day 3.
So that's why Flavia Barigelli is playing and will serve for the very first point of this match between Canada and Italy.
Well, this first game is underway with a great block by Giulia Bellondi, Italian setter.
Flavia Barigelli. Very good second serve. Yeah, Giulia Bellondi is a setter, but not only the lefty player, is also a powerful spiker sometimes.
Yeah, and she scores the first 2 points of this game. Looked like a free ball, but just in the middle of the court. And that's the first point for Canada in this game.
Heidi Peters has been very impressive yesterday night versus France. Will her service be as efficient versus Italy? Maybe.
But that's a good serve, and Giulia Ringhieri unable to have a good reception on this one. Touched by the block, and a great point by Eva Ceccatelli. She had a great game yesterday against the USA, especially in the third one when Italy absolutely needed points to bring the game to a 4th set. Good dig and great fight over the net. That's a net fault by Canada, and another good touch by Ceccatelli, 50 years of age, the most experienced player of this Italian side.
And I think the oldest player in this competition. The intention was good. The action a little less for Daniel Ellis.
We didn't introduce the 2 referees of the game. Barbara Pakua is the first one from Poland, and Pierre Klebalj, the Frenchman, is on the other side of the net. Good dig. Ceccatelli, another dig. Oh, that's a miscommunication, or just a mishit by Daniel Ellis. The ball was just a bit deeper than what she expected. And that's a 6-2 lead for Italy. Well hidden this one by Julie Kozun. We first thought she would have a very short tip, but she decided at the very last moment to push it deep.
Actually, I was wrong when announcing the starting 6 for Canada, because Jennifer Oakes, the second setter, is not on the field. Daniel Ellis, the captain, is setting sometimes with Sarah Milanka.
And the first spike for Francesca Bosio, finding the block out. And she will be serving the Italian captain. Good serve. Yeah, Daniel has decided to push this one with her right hand to position 5.
Once again, the idea was good.
That's probably not the start that the Canadian coach expected.
Yeah, Italy is capitalizing on unforced errors by Canada.
Aringhieri. Oh no, this one was. I thought there was a good cover by Cecatelli. We'll see it one more time, maybe on this one. Oh no, it hits the floor, yeah, definitely. That's a good one. On the line for Roberta Pedrelli.
Yeah, the Canadian block left a lot of space on the line. Pedrelli took advantage of it.
Cecatelli, one more time, a very good serve.
Replay maybe? No? No, it's a catch for Aringhieri.
It looks like a strange decision. I thought they were like replaying this one, but finally Barbara Pakua decided to award the point to Canada. Great reflex. Very strong one by Heidi Peters. Good set. And she gives full power on this one. Aringhieri unable to block this one. Maybe just a bit late at her blocker position. Well done by Aringhieri, pushing it to position 1. Where Julie Cousin was just moving forward. Just a bit to the right.
Now for Canada.
Canada is still 3 behind in this first set of this first game of Thursday. A warm welcome of the live streaming if you're just connecting with us. Such a great pleasure to have you with us here in Vandoeuvre for this Women's World Super 6.
Yeah, the ball was touched by the Canadian block.
Number 4, Roberta Pedrelli.
Well done by Heidi Peters. Decides to spike it only at the second ball contact.
Yeah, I think it was on purpose that the Canadian libero, Jolene Wong, put this reception towards Heidi Peters directly. Francesca Bosio, since there was a net fault by Heidi Peters, will Amaria Ribeiro ask for a video challenge? No. Barbara Pakua took the decision eventually.
That's strange because she first showed the point for Canada, and when nobody was sure, she decided to give it to Italy. Well, it sounds quite fair because I also think that Heidi Peters
Only
just
fool people don't change their mind.
Well, we also say that the first decision is the right one, so it's always tricky about this one. But the point is for Italy, and they're now leading 12-7. Yeah, correction will appear on your screen. This one is touched by Aringhieri, and that's the 8th point for Canada.
And that's the illustration of what we said before the game, and the speed that the Canadian team is looking forward in their offensive play.
And another point for Canada with this gap getting smaller and smaller between both teams. Heidi Peters, one of the very good server.
Yeah, she was the best server both in the World Cup and in Tokyo Paralympics.
She's able to put it everywhere. And also to vary where she's starting. She's moving just a bit to position 6 right now to change the angle.
Yeah, not to be in front of the Italian block.
Good reception. Aringhieri behind the 2-meter line. Strong one by Julie Kozun. And Pedrelli had a very good reception on this serve. And Canada is back in the game, 12-all.
This one was tougher. So I think they're gonna try to adapt. Yeah, Pedrelli is now getting out of the reception line. Aringhieri in the middle, and Captain Francesca Bosio also is ready to pass if necessary. Not quite better with Aringhieri, so they change again, and Amari Ribeiro calls a timeout.
She makes such a big difference when she's serving so well, Heidi Peters. And Canada is in front, 14-12. They were almost like 5 back, 7-2 if I remember well. And they are now leading by 2.
I think Canada scored 7 points in a row.
Yeah, it looks like a 12-5 or something like this right now. That's a big difference, especially thanks to this good job by Heidi Peters. I do not have the precise statistical score sheet, but she's scoring a lot today again. And they should be happy back home in Neerlandia, where she's living. I know you're a lot connected with us, both in Canada and Italy, and it's a great pleasure to share this one with you. (14-12).
Will she take a little less risk after this timeout? She's also very regular, so it was a good serve, but good pass as well by Pedrelli.
A long rally won by Italy this time. It's Francesca Bosio in position 3, spiking it very hard. Look at this one. Tara Melenka unable to dig this one. Just too fast, just too powerful. And that's a good one for Daniel Ellis, the Canadian captain. And we find Alison Leng behind the service line. This time she chose the area just in front of Heidi Peters. Very hard to dig this ball just in front of you. Bosio is also a very good server. We saw her in the first 2 days. Good transition set. And good point for Felicia Voss-Shafik. She finds the block out on Eva Ceccatelli. And there's a video challenge requested. Well, probably requested by Italy.
Mrs. Bosio is ready to serve, so I think the challenge was asked by Nico Ban, the Canadian coach.
Oh, I first thought that Canadian There's one this point because I just saw was Shafik being happy with what happened, but probably not the decision that Barbara Pakuha made. The question is, block touch or not? And there is absolutely no block touch.
No, because it was very clever from Eva Cecatelli
To remove
putting
her arms.
her arms down,
The point is confirmed for Italy.
knowing that Shafik would try to find a blockout.
Yeah, this was much the inside. Very clever played. A great area again, and great point by Arenghieri. But what an area that Francesca Bozio found on this one. Jordan Wong has to move so much on this ball. She's hidden by the blockers. Arenghieri finds the blockout, touching just the top
Point
of
for Italy.
Julie Kozun's left hand.
Request by Canada.
And Italy is in front, 17-15. Nicole Ban with the first time out for her. And just to remind you, Canada is currently sitting at the first position in the world ranking, but we already explained it yesterday. They did not win any major international competition, but they were so regular in each of them. That's the reason why they have more points than anyone else. The USA decided to skip a competition. China decided to skip a competition. And apparently no points will be awarded in this World Super 6. So the ranking will remain the same until the Paralympics.
Yeah, Canada won a silver medal in the World Championship and then in the World Cup. USA didn't show in this World Cup, and China didn't take part in the World Championship won by Brazil in final versus this Canadian team.
Francesca Bozio is carrying on the first streak. Good serve once again, and Heidi Peters unable to have a good reception.
And adjustment was made with Jordan Wong,
Substitution
the
for
libero taking the most part of the court. Heidi
Jennifer.
Peters moving to position 5, and a change with a taller blocker.
Yeah, Jennifer McCreesh to increase this block on the serve. Francesca Bozio just changed her mind. Good block, this time by Daniel Ellis. And they finally find a solution to side out this one. We find a Canadian captain behind the service line, which is moving to position 5. 5-5. That's a good one by Arenghieri. She started the competition as a substitute. And
Yeah,
she's not.
Sarah Cirelli was in the starting 6.
She has a great game today. I mean, in this
Sarah
first set.
Cirelli did great also, but so I think it's a good thing for Amaro Ribeiro to have the opportunity to switch between those two players.
And 25-16, that's a 5 points lead for Italy. And Nicole Bam is forced to request a second timeout. Yeah, she's looking for solution. She decided to put Jennifer McCreesh on court, but currently with not enough result. But she has to find out how she can turn things around in this first one. But we have to say, Italy do play well in this first set, especially with Arenghieri, Francesca Bozio, and the very experienced Eva Cecatelli just taking the ball for the next serve. Barbara Pakua is ready. Oh, this small tactical one was smart, but Sarah Melenka moved really fast.
If Heidi Petros had to receive this serve, she wouldn't have been in a good position afterwards to spike.
Smart play once again. Sarah Melenka just faking the set and then having this small tip in the middle of the court. Canada is still 3 back. Oh, lucky this one. But that's a net fault called against Canada. I saw that Flavia Barigelli was quite lucky with this cover with the head.
Number 12 for the serve, Giulia Avingeri.
Good work at the net by the Italian side, and that's another point scored by Giulia Belandi. 23-18. Italy is getting closer and closer. No, we just heard the out. That was too late for Silvia Biasi. She was already ready to dig this one. Could be a good moment for Jennifer McCrish if she has a serving streak in store. Well, that's the first one.
But Canada needs more like this one to get back in this first set.
Good spike by Francesca Bosio. She was sitting behind the 2 meters line. And that's a first set point for Italy. 24-20. With Roberta Pedrelli. Great reflex by Heidi Peters.
21 for Canada now.
That's the first set point saved by Canada.
But 3 remaining for Italy.
Sarah Melenka. They will have an opportunity to conclude it. No, that's a free ball. Heidi Peters through the middle. The ball is still alive. Another free ball, but no, that's a too long one from Flavia Barigelli. Canada has no timeout remaining. This one is touched by Heidi Peters, same as before. And that's a 25th point for Italy. They earned this first set 25-22. And that's already a great performance to take this first set against the current world number 1. It's never easy to be back in the game after playing against France yesterday for Canada. You may be a bit losing in rhythm. Italy had a strong fight.
And yeah, I was wondering since the beginning of the first set, now they're closer to us. I think Jennifer Oates is not even on the bench on the Canadian side, and it's a big loss for Nicole Ben on her team, as really she played as a second setter, and Canada is playing most of the time on a 6-2 with 2 setters, and Melenka and Oates love to combine between each other. So definitely it compels Nickelband to totally change her organization.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but she might be sitting in the stand there with a white shirt.
Oh yeah, certainly.
That's the reason why something has changed also in this Canadian roster, and the reason why Alison Lang is on court.
And the momentum is not at all the same with or without Jennifer Oates. As for Rafaela Battaglia, obviously we do hope this is nothing serious, but as Nickelband said, it's this competition is above all for preparation, so even if it's a minor injury, the staff obviously wants not to take any risk.
Yeah, especially if it's just something very, very small, nothing serious. She could just rest for today and be back on court tomorrow or later this week. Still plenty of sitting volleyball to be played here in France. But that's the thing. Nickelband has to adapt without Jennifer Oakes.
On the positive side, it's also the opportunity to give some time on the court to players you may need, maybe in a Paralympic semi-final, for instance.
For sure, it's not the same to be sitting on the bench and coming in just as substitute or to start the game in the starting six. So there's Alison Lang today, and she's once again back on court for this set number 2. The same starting six for Canada. Also the same for Italy. No reason to change anything for Amaury Ribeiro. Things are going pretty well since the beginning of this game. And if you're just joining us, we give you one more time the schedule for today. After this one, we'll have at 6 p.m. France against Brazil. And in the night session, the last game at 8 p.m., the USA taking on China for a big clash that a lot of people are waiting to watch here. The first unforced error by Alison Lang.
For the serve, the number 1, Julia Ferrandi.
Good black on this one.
Back set was nice. The Italian blockers were in front of Peters.
Peters once again blocked. Aringieri pushing it deep. And this one does not come back. What a work by Giulia Aringieri. Both as a blocker. And then to conclude this point, very deep in the court. It was a quick set. Very quick one.
Yeah, a little too quick.
Maybe too quick one. I mean, too quick for Ellis on this one. The spike was just too long.
Plus Ellis is a tall player, though it's a good thing to give her a little more volume.
This one is
was
higher.
Perfect, and the result follows.
And that's a good connection. And they have to capitalize when Heidi Peters is behind the service line. That's a very good blocking action by Alison Lang, Canadian number 17. This reception is too long. And Daniel Ellis with the block out. Italy know they have to side out this one as quick as possible when Heidi Peters is serving. Aringhieri with a big one. She is doing such a great game today. Italian number 12. Well, the thing is, we have to say that Sara Cirelli was in the starting 6 on Tuesday in the very first game, but it was against France. But we can think that Giulia Aringhieri was just sitting on the bench because France was the opponent. That's also an option, because I cannot imagine Giulia Aringhieri not being in the starting 6 from what we say today and what we saw yesterday when she came in. She's really playing well. It's great 8 when she's blocking. Well played. Very smart by Eva Ceccatelli, just in between the two blockers.
Good work in the passing line by libero Silvia Biasi.
That's a good block by Kazun. And Daniel Ellis, living in White Rock, Canada, ready to serve. And that's not only a serve, that's an ace for the Canadian captain. She's changing her position behind the line, changing the angle. Well played by Bozio.
Yeah, it was a smart one. A wall shot, not a full power spike.
Oh, something has been whistled.
But something ground floor touch is not a call possible with the video challenge.
The line judge, even him, is not quite sure of his decision. But that's a 7 points for Canada, 7-6. Touched by Flavia Barrigelli, and Bozio is unable to adapt, and that's a first substitution in a few seconds for Italy, with Giulia Aringhieri leaving the field for Elisa Speggiacci. Maybe to give some more strength to this back row.
Yeah, Speggiacci can play also as a libero sometimes.
Let's see how Judy Kazun will adapt. Heidi Peters, maybe just a bit late on this one. And another substitution with Sara Cirelli coming in for Flavia Barrigelli.
As Aringhieri is out while she was on the back, it gives Ribeiro the opportunity to use Cirelli at the net.
Oh, so the antenna was moving, or the net was also moving.
From the number 7 of Italy for this for Canada, 9-7 now. To the serve, the number 15, Felicia Bosch-Chapi.
Or played by Heidi Peters. And that's a 3 points lead for Canada.
Heidi Peters.
Good reception, but that's 2 in a row for Peters.
And timeout called by Amare Ribeiro for Italy.
Timeout for Italy.
Yeah, Italy had a good start in this second one, but Canada is back with 2 very good points by Heidi Peters. She also had a good service streak just before. And we're happy to share this World Super 6 with you here in Vandoeuvre. We are in the metropolitan area of Nancy, almost at 3 hours driving away from Paris. The place where the Paralympic Games will take place. And for you to know, yesterday they started to build the stands in the arena Paris North where sitting volleyball will be played, so the arena will clearly be ready for this event. We saw some pictures.
Yeah, that's better because it's gonna be used during the Olympics for another discipline.
Oh, lucky this one, and the ball is still living. Peters to conclude this one. A bit of luck on this blockout fight on Sarah Cirelli. But the momentum is clearly for Canada right now. Oh, great block. Great block by Sarah Melanka.
Sarah Melanka, Canada 13 now, Italy 7.
And it's a double substitution. Both Flavia Barrighelli and
The number 8,
Julia Aguirre are back on the field.
number 7.
That's a good quiz for us, and to know, and a quiz for you at home, to know which sports of the Olympics will be played in this arena where sitting volleyball will be held. Any idea?
Boxing, maybe?
Boxing for sure, and there is a second one.
There's a second one, but I won't have it.
It's the modern pentathlon that will take place
Oh.
also in this same arena, and then we'll turn it to the Paralympics for sitting volleyball. Located in the northeast of Paris. That will be back there this summer.
Flavia Barrighelli.
Italy finally found a solution for this side out, but there are already 5 behind. Nothing is done in this second set. Heidi Peters got blocked, then she wanted to counter block, but
Point is for Italy.
she made the net moving,
And timeout for Canada now.
and Italy is slightly coming up back in this second set. And Nickelbaum asking for her first time out of the set. We'll have 2 more games today in this Parc des Sports of Vandoeuvre. France against Brazil, just following this one. And then a bit later, at around 8 p.m., China against the USA. And we find once again Flavia Barrighelli.
Nickelbaum getting closer, asking Heidi Peters not to stay for blocking. And she slides very quickly to position 4 to be able to deliver this big hit.
It's funny to compare the attitude of Amaury Ribeiro. He's standing the whole game very close from court, and Nicole Ben is only standing from her chair when she has something to say, otherwise she's watching the game from the bench. It's funny to see how different those coaches are behaving.
And a misunderstanding between Alison Lang and Heidi Peters. They're not too accustomed, I assume, to play side by side.
14-11 for Canada. Good reception. Peters in position 2. This one comes back. Good rally. But there is a net fault on this spike. Whistled against Alison Lang. She was just wanting so bad to score this one. And she will leave the court provisionally, replaced by Jennifer McCreesh. Yeah, that's quite a big mistake by Alison Lang, because she had no blocker in front of her. That was a good dig. Cecchetelli. This one is a good one for Daniel Ellis. Heidi Peters is back again with her very good serve. Strong one. But Aringhieri scoring this very good one for Italy. Nothing is done. Canada 15, Italy 13 in the second set. The Italian captain is ready. Aiming on Heidi Peters. Oh, it was a good spike, but directly in Sylvia Biaz's face. It came just so quick. Let's see it one more time. Directly in her face.
Quite set, this one by Sarah Melanka for her captain, Daniel Ellis.
Well, when you're playing libero, you have to be a fighter and accept any ball coming, even sometimes in your face. Aringhieri with a solid block by Daniel Ellis.
Ellis clearly taking an option in front of Aringhieri. But sliding also very fast to be able to block Roberta Pedretti. Not fast enough to stop the Italian spiker.
That's a miss hit by Kozun with her right hand. And Cecchetelli serving and blocked by Kozun. And Amaury Ribeiro not quite happy with this serve. That's something you have to take into account when serving in sitting volleyball. It's allowed to block the serve, so you have to take some margin just over the blocker. Just the line a bit to the left or to the right. Trade block again by Sarah Melanka. Practicing back home in Vegreville, Canada. Oh, Cousin, another one. Two very close unforced error by Judy Kozun. But Canada is still in front. Well played. Tara Melanka. This setter spiker also able to score points. And she just showed her skills on this one. Throw from Daniel Ellis. It was a pipe attempt behind the 2 meters line. Combination that you also see in volleyball.
Whoa. The laser set towards Heidi Peters. Hen Peters was unable to hit the ball, but only pushing it was enough, as Italy had no time to organize.
(21) for Canada, 16 for Italy. Tough reception, and she wasn't in a great position, Flavia Barreggielli, to spike this one.
And she doesn't get a lot of balls, so when you have one, it's even more difficult to find the good solution.
Peters finds the one in position 2. That's the 23rd point for Canada. And the second timeout called for Amaury Ribeiro. I don't know if you agree, but we didn't see a lot of video challenge in this game currently.
No, means that the two referees are doing a great job.
Yeah, or maybe they're not playing too much on the lines. But still, this game is clearly not over, because Canada is only missing 2 points to win the second set. And this could be a long game if both teams have one set in their pocket. Felicia Vos-Chaffee carries on with her service trick. Well played by Francesca Bozio. It's the famous fire camp, the Canadian one, often used in winter when it's really cold near Calgary and Moncton. A well-known place for winter sports and ice hockey.
Yeah, just in the middle of the court. It's at the same distance from every player, so nobody knows who should eventually play it.
Flavia Barreggielli find an awesome line to score this ace. But she will need many more, because Italy is still 5 back. Unlucky Bozio on this one, and well done by Heidi Peters. That's the first set point for Canada in this second set. And we can see Nicole Ban with a smile on her face. Smart play by Bozio, just with the fist. Push it deep. And Jolene Wong just a bit too short to reach it. Still a couple of set points remaining. 24-19.
And once again, the ball was falling just a little bit too early.
Yeah, you already mentioned it. Ellis is really tall. She can reach really high while spiking. She needs some high balls. This one is higher. But Italy plays it well to bring it back. Free ball, Italy. Aringhieri dig. Ceccatelli. With this very good angle found by Italian number 6. And they will think about how to conclude the second set, and Nickelbaum will have 30 more seconds to think about it with the second timeout. Brazil is already sitting in the stands for the next game. France probably already warming up in the gym just behind. All the facilities are really good for all teams because in the warm-up gym they have two big sitting volleyball courts to practice and to warm up. There's also a lifting gym, and we saw yesterday morning the Canadian side having some weightlifting session with the scoutman Jason Holden having some deadlifts. And that's another point for Italy. Only two behind. And Giulia Bellondi is serving really good. Safe serve. Heidi Peters to set it for Pelanka. Jerry finding the solution. And Italy.
And only one set point left now out of 6.
They're coming closer.
5 points in a row. 5 points in a row for Italy.
Safe one once again. Heidi Peters for Ellis. Good dig. That's the option. Ceccatelli to save another one. 24. What a comeback for Italy. It's not over yet, but no timeout remaining. Neither for Canada and Italy. This one is...
Wasn't it touched by Giulia Ringieri?
Well, we'd ask for it. Yeah, she has to use the video
anyway,
challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also an option to have some discussion
It
with
doesn't
the
seem
team.
totally crazy to ask for a video challenge. Plus, she needs to stop the game.
It's a video timeout challenge. Like at Nickelbaum talking with her team while the video challenge is happening. And Italy looks pretty confident with this comeback. They were led like 24-18. Let's see what the decision will be from Eldar Zulfugarov, Azerbaijan referee. Probably will see a no block touch. That's a point for Italy. And that's a set point now for Italy. Well, we were almost saying the game will be long, but that's a set point for Italy now. Good serve.
So,
Melanka for Ellis.
That's the set.
Good dig, Aringhieri. They're fighting it, but they make it. Italy is now leading 2-0 with such a great comeback in this second one.
24-18 for Canada. Yeah, what a comeback by Italy.
Yeah, they were unable to finish the job. Even if they had a really good second set.
And they tried
And we have the same starting six for Canada. Great rally on this first point of the third set. Melanka for Peters, finding the solution in position 2. And she will be the first Canadian player to serve. Well, the message is really clear from Nicole Bam. She wants to have an early lead in this third set. Francesca Bozio, good cover by Wong. Great block by Giulia Belandi. She made the job to finish the second set. Good dig, but she didn't move fast enough to allow Silvia Biasi to play this one. Both Biasi and Bozio were ready to cover this one. And Felicia Voschafik is able to serve. Good dig. Good cover. So much intensity in this start of the third set. Cirelli, it's in.
Super spike by Sarah Cirelli.
So if you're wondering why the Italian coach is not putting Sara Cirelli and Giulia Ringhieri at the same time on court, it's because of the classification. They're classified the same and they cannot be both on court at the same time. It's the famous VS1, VS2. You can have two in the roster but only one on court. So if you're not very common with sitting volleyball, it's always cool for us to explain to both the rules and also these classification specifications.
No such problems for Canada, as the only VS2 is Sarah Melanka. Canada were Kathleen Wright just entered the court.
Yeah, she's from Edmonton, same place I had Angelina Dolezar sitting in the stands today. Good reception. The rally through the middle.
The ball was touched by Canadian libero Jolan Wong. Jolan Wong here with her little baby.
Yeah, we saw her entering the gym with her baby, and then once she was just done with the game, she already had her baby in her hands. It was cute to see yesterday night while having dinner, because we were lucky enough to have dinner with the Canadian and the French players after the last game.
Yes, Canada is staying quite a long time in Europe to get prepared for the Paralympic Games. So it was certainly too long a time with our little baby for Jolan Wong.
And if you want to know all the details, we were lucky to have such an amazing coconut cream in dessert yesterday night. Awesome. To have some good energy for today's action.
Eva Cecatelli, the 50-year-old player, serving.
timeouts for Canada.
And Italy is leading 73 in this third set. Nickelban asking for a first timeout. You know that things are not rolling the way she was expecting it. They're already 2 sets behind, and now once again led in this third set. We can just have a quick look at the ranking. China and the USA have 6 points with 2 victories in the first 2 rounds. Italy and Canada, they both have 3 points with 1 win, 1 loss, which means the team winning this one will carry on his good streak. And Brazil and France, they will play in the second game. They still have no points, but Brazil played against China and the USA. So 2 very tough games to start the competition. We'll start to have all this calculation underway.
With no offense to the S nation, Brazil should take 3 points later in the afternoon. Chile Cousin back on the court. Kathleen Wright back on the bench.
And Eva Ceccarelli is about to serve. A long one deep in the court. Well done, this one. Great block out by Flavia Barigelli. But what a quality set also from Giulia Bellondi.
Barigelli was a little bit forgotten by the Canadian block. As we said before, she had not a lot of balls to eat.
Yeah, that's the same that we see in volleyball. When a player is not very often used, then sometimes she has no blocker in front of her when she gets the ball. 9 points to 4 for Italy. The reception is too long. And Melanka, dig by Bozio. Heidi Peters, touched by the block. Oh, well done by Roberta Pedrelli. She raised her hand at the very last moment to push it into the Canadian hands.
10-4 now.
And Italy is increasing its lead, 10 points to 4 now. Good serve by Cirelli. That's a very good one. And already a second timeout.
Yeah, Canadian doesn't recover after the loss of the second set.
Now we see a couple of good rallies at the start of this third set, but then Italy increased its lead, and already a second timeout for Canada in this one. You can see the reception. Yeah, Nickelban especially talking to Heidi Peters, who quite didn't see her since the beginning of this set.
Yeah, maybe.
Second timeout for Canada. Back to the game.
It's like Heidi Peters is not playing today at her standard level. Except maybe behind the service line.
Yeah, she served
Where
well,
she
for
was
sure.
very effective, as usual.
But for sure she can do better. Oh, and this one is for Italy. There's a net fault again, Heidi Peters.
Point for Italy. The net was touched.
She wanted it too bad.
12-4.
And that's now an 8 points lead for Italy. Belandi has a great reaction at the net. But I'm not sure a lot of observers in this gym were looking for a victory 3-0 for Italy in this first game of the day. But they have really a quality game. Canada is struggling in reception currently. Belandi for Pedrali, Heidi Peters with a very good block. That's something that could start the engine again. But they will have to come back for 8 points deficit. 13 for Italy, 5 for Canada. Belandi with Bozio. That's almost a free ball. And Heidi Peters for the middle. Well done. Things can go so quick in sitting volleyball. Just to remind you, Canada was leading 24-18 in the second one, but eventually lost the set. Well played by Felicia Voss-Shafik. Nobody was covering the middle of the court.
Yeah. Well played previously by Danielle Elise. Putting this ball up towards Voss-Shafik directly.
The point is for Italy, because both player was holding it, but on Canadian side. Good one by Heidi Peters. Not a strong one, this one, but just the best area when nobody was sitting and covering.
And since the timeout, Heidi Peters is playing better and better.
Well, it's her last position in the front row, and then she will be serving at the next rotation. And we know how skilled she is with the serve.
And Canada will need a winning streak by Heidi Peters on her service to get back in this set and in this match.
Yeah, but the Italian reception looks quite good today. They're not struggling that much with Peters' serve. We'll see what can happen now. Canada is 6 behind.
Peters wait for the Italian blockers to be in place, then move. No block touch, it was directly in the net for Sarah Cirelli.
Yeah, good combination with Cirelli behind the 2 meters line. And that's a good one, touched by Bozio. Unable to block it on the other side of the net. And she's doing some damage with her serve now, Heidi Peters. Well, this one was for us, a bit too long. But for sure, she has to take some risk to score some winners with her serve. What a good block by Francesca Bozio.
Ellis tried to find the line, but Bozio external and was very solid.
Oh, once again, retouched by Canada. Yeah, she knows that she's smiling, Danielle Ellis. This block was a block out, but she wasn't moving quick enough to hide the ball from touching her again. Strong spike by Daniel Ellis. Italy still has a comfortable lead in this third set. 18-12.
I love this action with the middle player being in reception and near the line and getting in the court to spike the ball the middle of the net.
Well done by Tirelli. And that's a 20-12 lead for Italy. They're getting closer to a second win in this week in Vandoeuvre. Good over by Belandi.
Good sequence with Ellis setting 280 petals back row.
Can Canada do something in this third one?
It's a catch called by Barbara Baku against Julia Belandi.
Well, nothing serious. Still a 6 points lead. Soldier to take this transition set. Great dig. McCrish. Deep ball. Canada is fighting on the net. And this one is out for Sarah Milenka.
Another point for Italy, 21-14.
Another unforced error by Canada.
And no singles right now for Canada.
Eva Ceccarelli just hidden by her coach. But with a very good serve, and that's another winner.
With McCrish just deflecting the trajectory and making it impossible for Petros to receive this serve by Ceccarelli.
Good spike by Jennifer McCrish, sitting in position 3 of the middle blocker. And Italy is only 2 away from a victory in this first game of day 3.
Oh yeah, Belandi was his back row, and actually she didn't manage to keep the ball in her side, so it was a fault. The player
Jerry Kazun for the serve.
when he is in the back row can push the ball over the net beyond the 2-meter line.
That's a miscommunication once again. Sarah Milenka not moving fast enough to allow any of her teammates to play this ball, and that's a first match point for Italy, 24-16.
First match
Well
ball
saved by
Canada.
Heidi Peters.
17-24.
Jennifer McCreish. Good serve. Tirelli for the reception. A bit too long. But Italy is fighting. No solution. Tirelli with the dig. And this one still living. Belandi just blocked on this second match point by Heidi Peters. And when we know what happened in the second one,
it was not easy for a lefty player to hit this one, especially in front of Heidi Peters.
well done by Felicia Voss-Schafik.
There we have it. The reverse scenario in this third set. The second one, Canada was leading 24-18.
Still another match point for Italy. Oh, and Canada will save this one once again.
And Francesca Bosio, the captain, knows it is important to finish this match as soon as possible.
And Amaury Ribeiro is not quite sure they can do it without the timeout. Well, they only have to find a good reception, a good setting option, and then a spike. It's very easy to say it like this, but it's not easy when you're sitting on court. They have 4 more match points remaining.
Once again, it's always more difficult when your setter is either in position 4 or position 5, and Julia Belandi currently is in position 4. So she will be a receiver, and either Pedrelli or Cirelli will set.
Yeah, and they're aiming to her, so she cannot have any set down. Heidi Peters, the setter. Good dig. The ball is still in play. Peters closing it. 21 for Canada, 24 for Italy. And that's another match point saved by Canada. Jennifer McCreish, she's carrying on her streak. Blocked and counter-blocked. Heidi Peters is doing well.
And the Italian team switch position.
And the second timeout, 2 points later for Amaury Ribeiro. But still no solution to conclude this game. Would be absolutely crazy to have the same scenario than the one we had in the second one, but just reversed. Italy led 24-17, and they are now only 2 in front. 2 match points remaining, and it all starts now with the reception. Belandi for Bosio. Good dig. Peters through the middle, and she finds it. Canada is only 1 back.
Oh, Bosio was not in a bad position. Maybe she should have hit harder in this one.
Yeah, she wasn't
take a risk
trusting herself.
to
Yeah.
eventually end this match. Only 1 match point left.
Marquis with a serve mistake.
Oh, it's terrible for Canada.
And that's a victory for Italy, 3-0 in this first game of day 3. We'll try to have a quick reaction by the Italian side after this victory, but that's a great one for the European champions.
Of the day to the World SUPER6, and see you at 6 for the next game between France and Brazil.
What time is it right now here in France? It's 5:20, so it means we have 40 minutes left before the beginning of the match 2 in this third day of competition in the World Paravolley Women's Super 6. Next game is between France, the host nation, and Brazil, the reigning world champion. Italy is celebrating after this great victory versus a team better ranked than them in the world.
To Italia. And the two
Where is Julien? He's waiting for an Italian player, but he obviously doesn't want to interfere. Let them enjoy this big victory, and after the second game of the day there will be a third one, and which one? The rematch of the last 4 finals in the Paralympic Games between China and the USA, the double reigning Paralympic champion, while China won gold in the first 3 editions of the competition of sitting volleyball in the Paralympic Games. Julien will have to wait a little longer as Italian players are now taking a picture just to have a souvenir of this big victory over Canada. The picture is taken. No, there will be another one. So gonna take a little more time, but eventually for sure we're gonna get the reaction of one of the Italian players. So Fernando Guimarães, the Brazilian coach, is already in the court having a few words with Amaury Ribeiro, and eventually I think that Julien will be able to ask a few questions to one of the winners of this first match. Yeah, the setter Giulia Belandi is now with Julien, and only a few seconds and we will have the reaction of the Italian setter.
Well, Giulia, congratulations for this victory against Canada, team number 1 in the world. I guess you're pretty happy with this one.
Yes, I mean it was a tough match. In the friendly match we lost against Canada, and we usually lose against them. It's a strong team, but we are increasing our capability, and we train a lot, and this is our test match for Paralympic Games, so we are very happy about that.
You did very well in the second one serving, because you were led like 24-18, and you came back with such a great serve streak. Yeah. What about going in your mind at this moment of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I have some problem with surfing sometimes because my anxiety sometimes is too much, and my serve is not the best skill. But I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking, okay, I have to serve in that point because we have our people to serve, like the libero, and I mean, I was focused on the direction of my serving, and I just think about that.
Well done. There is no MVP award for the game, but I award you the MVP for this one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we'll see you tomorrow again. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julia.
So 2 matches still to be played in this day 3 of competition in the World Paravolley Women's Super 6 here in Vandoeuvre-Nancy. We will be back in less than half an hour now for the second game of the day between France and Brazil.